Welcome back to
What's
What's the
the
Chat?
chat?
I'm your co-host Shar.
And I'm your co host, Hella. Don't forget to like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe.
Subscribe, ladies. Please, 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 please. And today we're going to be talking about women empowerment.
That's a good topic.
Yeah, it is, right? I
Because
like
we're
that.
both women.
Yeah. I guess we'll just jump straight into it. What's a good advice to give a woman struggling with self-doubt?
That's a good one. Um, a woman struggling with self doubt, I would pretty much tell her own who you are. Own who you are. Be you unapologetically. Did I say that word right? Unapologetically. Something like that. But you get it. And, and most importantly, I feel like if there's things that you don't like about yourself, work on changing them
Yeah.
because there's always room to be a better you. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's always room to grow. Change it. If you don't
Yeah.
like it, change it.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. My advice would be to stay true to who you are. Never accept no for answer. Push through all the trials and tribulations, the hurt, the pain, and never give up.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's very, very good advice for a woman.
Yeah, because I feel like sometimes, like, when we going through stuff, we'll just give up on everything. And I feel like how I got here today is just like pushing through life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been through a lot of things. We both have been through a lot of things, and everybody go through things. But you just gotta get up, wipe them tears, and you just gotta keep going. You know?
And where you come from and the mistakes you made, none of those things define you.
Exactly.
Everyone has a past. Long as you keep pushing and staying motivated and just keep going, that's all you
Yeah.
could do.
Cause baby, baby, I love telling people this, but I don't know if this is for the newbies that been here, but I'm from the projects. You know what I'm saying? And I love being from the projects. Um, I'm from the projects. I love being from the projects. It made me who I am today. Like, I look at some people that live where I lived, and I be like, damn, like, what happened to such and such? They on
Yes.
drugs, or they did this and they did that. It doesn't matter. We both came from the same place. I rise above that because I knew that I wanted better, and I feel like everybody should want better for themselves. In order to get better, you have to do different things. You can't repeat the same things that you was once doing, because that's not going to lead you into nothing good. You have to, like, say, okay, you know what? I'm waking up today and I'm going to change this about me. And it don't have to be long term. You can make short term goals. Okay, you know what? These are 3 things that I wanna accomplish within 3 months, and you could just work on each thing, and then you just check them off. Like, okay, I wanna stop saying negative stuff or stop doubting myself. And then every time you feel like you can't do something, and you tell yourself, I could do it. So, like I said, everybody, it doesn't matter where you come from. Like, everybody have the same 24 hours. You just have to work on yourself.
Yeah, you do not have to be a product of your environment.
Yeah,
Just
not at
because you
all.
like from the projects does not mean you have to stay in the projects. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Like, there's always a way out. There's always, like, a way to get ahead. And if we did it, you could do it.
Exactly.
That's just the bottom line, because like she said, she come from the projects, I come from the projects. Like, we come from the hood.
Yeah.
There's always more options. You do not have to stay stagnated in those same places.
Exactly.
But I have a question. What does women empowerment mean to you?
What my empowerment means to me, and it's not none of that fake shit. You know what I'm saying? Like how people be used to have them women empowerment brunches and all that kind of stuff. Like, that stuff is fake. It's a bunch of mean girls acting like they nice. You know what I'm saying?
It is.
And it's so crazy because a lot of people thought that I was like, I don't know if I got a face that give off mean, but a lot of people be like, I thought you was so mean, you so nice. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But because I'm not fake, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I feel like women empowerment means to me supporting one another.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, like I support you, you support me, let's support each other. Even if I don't know you, I might post you. I might do this, I might do that, I might go above and beyond. You know what I'm saying? Or you might ask me a question. You might say, we might be out and you might say, hey Sharkey, I seen that you had a boutique for years. Like, can you help me with mine?
Not being a gatekeeper.
I'm not
Not being
gatekeeping.
right,
Here,
not
babe,
being a
you should
gatekeeper.
do this. Here's a photographer. Here's a vendor. Like, that's not my lane. And that's not my lane anymore. But even if it was still my lane, it's room for everybody to get some money. Your audience is not my audience.
Absolutely.
So a lot of people be like in competition with each other. And it's like, you got your own fan base. I got my own fan base. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So it's just like with us. Like a lot of people may like me and don't like you. A lot of people may like you and don't like me. You get what I'm saying? Like we all have our own fan base. So women empowerment means to me, we still supporting each other as women.
Exactly.
I
agree with that. I definitely want to say is uplifting
Yeah.
another woman, and women empowerment also means to me feeling confident in a room full of a bunch of different women, a bunch of
Yeah.
successful women. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And like you said, not gatekeeping, sharing, because like what's for you is for you. What's for me is
Exactly.
for me. It doesn't mean that we can't both win together. Like, you know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? And wait, I wrote something down. Knowing your worth. That's really
Yes.
woman empowerment, knowing your
Yeah.
worth. Like, you
Knowing
know what I'm
your
saying?
worth.
And not willing to settle.
Exactly.
And working your ass off, most importantly, to get the things in life that you want and to get where you want to get in life, because nothing is out of reach for us.
Nope.
Like, I feel like we are walking examples that nothing is out of reach.
And
Like,
especially with social media nowadays, like nothing is out of reach. Like if she could do it, I could do it. And I feel like social media made women like look at other women and be like, oh my gosh, like she's just a girl from the hood, just like
Just
me. Like
like
I know I
me.
could do it. Like you know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? That's woman empowerment right there
It
within
is.
itself.
It
Not
is.
even knowing, not even knowing. Or I like her outfit. Like I want to go get her outfit. Like that's woman empowerment right there. Like I'm inspiring you. You're
Yeah.
inspiring me.
and giving another woman their flowers. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Even if she's in
Yeah.
the same lane that that you're in or whatever, just letting another woman know, yo, I see you doing your thing. Congratulations. Or bigging another woman up, like, because you don't congratulating another
Yeah.
woman does not dim your light or take away from who
Exactly.
you are. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's so crazy. We got a friend Tina. Beautiful spirit.
Yes,
She
is the
always
queen.
she's gonna hype you
Shout
up.
out
She
to
going
Tina.
shout out to Total Package. She is going to hype you up. She's going to big you up. She like
She gonna
you
be
look
like,
good.
son,
You
it's
look
fire.
You look fire. You
Flames.
look good.
Oh,
like
yo.
all the time. Like that, more of that energy from women. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
She is going to
more
big
of
you
that
up.
energy.
She will literally be like, "Hun, put this on. This will look good on you."
Yeah, like
Remember the
she'll
dress?
take off the girl.
She was like, put the dress with the boots. Yeah.
Yeah, like I love that for her. Like more of that energy. We
I
need
love
more of sisterhoods like that, because a lot of people be like, "Oh, she copied me. She did this. She did that." It's like, girl,
Come on. We
she
all can
liked
win.
her outfit. It was cute. Just
And she said, "Let me remix it and do it again."
Just like I'm never the type of person I'm be like, "Oh, she trying to be like me. Oh, she trying to do this like me. Oh, she trying to." I don't look at like.
No.
I'm so much in my own bubble, honestly. Everybody know I love myself so much. But I'm so much in my own bubble is I don't really see that. And if I do see it or I do pay attention, it's not like, oh, I don't like her. It's like, okay, girl, I
Yes,
see you.
I see how you remix
You get what I'm
that.
saying?
Yeah,
Yeah, like you
like-
look cute. I'm happy that I can inspire you.
Right. I
You get
remember
what
that you
I'm
even
saying?
came to my page and look at my outfit and check it for me. Okay.
Yeah, because I didn't even think it was that
I
cute.
didn't even know I
but
did
all
that.
right. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like people gotta just stop being mean people, period. Like, you get what I'm
And
saying?
mean girl get you nowhere. Like, it
At
doesn't.
all. Can you share a moment that you truly felt empowered?
By someone else?
Yeah. By somebody else.
Okay, if we're keeping it home, I feel like a moment that I felt empowered is like watching my close friends succeed. Like, that made me feel
Oh,
empowered. Like, you know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, seeing
Yeah.
you get your business to the next level. When
Yeah.
I call my friends in and you say, yo, I've been working 11-hour shift for the past 5-7 days,
Yeah.
it's like, damn, my girl going hard. That empowers me to be like, yo, let me get on my shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let me make sure I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Like, seeing the women around me that come from the same thing that I come from succeed and get further. Like, that does something for my spirit. Like, that
Yeah.
gives me, it gives me faith. It gives me hope. It
Yeah.
gives me, like, when I feel like days that I can't do it or I can't go on, that gives me motivation. Like, to
Yeah.
know, like, yo, not even just women that I know, but women that I follow on social media who, my
Yeah.
social media sisters, like, even just
Yeah.
seeing them succeed and do things that, and I know their background and their story and where they come from, that empowers me so much. Like, yo, I got to keep going.
Yeah.
There's more out there. They are doing it. I could do it. Let me get myself to the next level. Let me get my business to the next level. Let me get my whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, just seeing other women boss up really just empowers me, especially Black women.
Yeah.
Because we
Yeah.
are the freaking most disrespected people on the planet.
Yeah.
So that definitely, like, empowered me to see so many Black women becoming millionaires,
Nurses,
shopping,
doctors.
nurses, doctors, just seeing us
Yes.
do our big one. Like, you know, when I
Yes.
see a girl and she's shopping down or she purchasing her dream home or her dream car, she's happy, she's excited, and she's just doing all these things for herself, that empower me so much. And it just make me so happy for our people because we deserve this.
Yeah.
Like, this is our time now.
Exactly.
How about you?
A moment that I really felt empowered is like just dealing with so much stress on me, right? It would have to be myself. You know, like I empowered myself, like honestly, like just dealing with so much on me and like how days that I just want to break down and just fucking scream and cry and I get emotional, you know, within. But I just wake up and I just come out and I'm just so bubbly and happy, you know, behind what's really going on and me just getting up every single day and pushing myself no matter how tired I am, like how drained I am. Like I just keep pushing myself, pushing myself, pushing myself, pushing myself for greatness. So it would have to be a time that I felt empowered is when I was at my lowest and I still managed to do everything that I had to do.
Oh, I feel that.
Yeah. Like,
I
and I
definitely
don't
feel
even
that.
know how I did it, but I was like, damn, I was in a dark place.
And when you look back now,
You know
you
what I'm
be
saying?
like, I'm a strong.
I am a strong Black woman.
Yes.
And I don't know how I got out of that space in my life, but damn, I did it. And not only did I do it, I did it alone.
And I did it with grace. I
Yes.
did it.
And nobody knew. You could never tell how dark how dark of a space I was in.
Or what you were
like,
going
or what I
through.
was going through. Like, nobody knew. You know what I'm saying? Like, my peoples knew. I used to talk to him about things like, you know, I just feel like, you know, something is wrong with me. I'm just, you know, I'm going through a lot. But like, other than that, nobody really knew what I was actually going through. And to the extent, I don't even think he really understood what I was going through. You get what I'm saying? But nobody could tell. You know, I'm
Right.
going to dry my eyes or wipe my tears and I'm going to go get some money.
Yeah.
You know, so I would definitely have to say when I was at my lowest and my darkest place, I still managed to do everything that I needed to do.
Well, that's really a good one. Well, that kind of falls into this question. Who is a woman that inspired you and why?
A woman that inspired me, would definitely have to be my grandmother.
Oh, I was going to say my grandmom too.
My grandma passed away, guys, a couple years back. But my grandmother, she was just like the truth. Like, I'm talking about with the same man. I seen her with the same man since I was born, literally, because my grandfather, a lot of people know I might post my grandfather here and there or talk about him. I actually, you know, take really good care of him as well. But he's not my biological grandfather.
He ain't?
No.
I didn't know that. I always thought he was
So
your
my
biological
grandfather. Okay, so my grandmom had two husbands. She had 4 kids. She had two which is my mom and my other uncle, my oldest uncle by my real grandfather, and then she had Khalil and Millie by my grandfather that I call my grandfather.
Okay.
So he met my mom. He met my grandmother when my grandmother was about when my mom was about 5. So 5 years old, like you get what I'm
So he's
saying?
been your
That's
life,
my
your entire
freaking
life.
That's my grandfather. Like
Right.
that's my. If he was to hear me say this, like he's not my real grandfather, he would be so hurt. Like I
Right, 'cause
swear
he's
he
been in
would.
your life all your
What?
entire
My
life.
whole entire life. I'm 33. He been there since my mom was 5, and my
Right.
mom is 50. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
But I've seen my grandmother with the same man since I can remember. My grandma always made a way. She always still hustled on the side, and she always worked, but she always made ends meet. You feel what I'm saying? My grandfather, he was a landscaper, so he just did the landscaping work. It wasn't like so much money, and then my grandma, she stopped working, so they only had his income. And she just made it fucking happen. Like she just made it
That was
happen.
just like
but
a true old head back
she
in the
just
day. They
made
just
it
made it
happen.
happen.
Like she just made it happen for everybody. And she have a good heart. Like she'll take anybody in. Like she'll see a little kid going through things. She'll be like, baby, let me get your daughter, until you get yourself together. Aww. That's how we had so many people living at our house and getting fake cousins and shit. You know what I'm saying? So she'll just take in anybody kids, and that's how I got so many fake fucking cousins.
Oh my God.
So it would definitely have to be my grandma, hands down. Rest in peace, grandmother. I love you so much. Fly. I used to be like, when I was younger, I used to dress up in her stuff, and I used to be like, well, can you save me and stuff? She was a girly girl. Pocketbooks, sharp jackets, fur jackets, this, that.
Oh, you took it with the old head word, sharp.
She was sharp. So, and she was a hustler. Mm-hmm. She was a hustler. Like, and she didn't take no shit. Mm-hmm. She didn't take no shit. Like, if I'm out there fighting, my grandma would try to come out and fight.
As grandma should.
Grandma chill. Like, she didn't take no shit. So, as a woman, just seeing her just being with one man and taking care of business and making ends meet and still hustling and didn't take no shit, I was like, damn, I want to be like, and Fly. Yeah. I wanted to be that. Damn. I wanted to be that. So it would definitely have to be my grandma.
Yeah, I was going to say my grandma too. So shout out to the grandmoms. Definitely shout out to the original OGs.
Yes,
they've been carrying it for decades.
Yes.
I would say a woman that inspired me would also be my grandma. Mm-hmm. And my grandma crazy as hell. So it's so funny that you say your grandma had one husband her entire life. Well, 2 husbands, but was with one man for so many years. My grandma had 7 husbands. Sorry, grandma, for telling your business, but my grandma had 7 husbands. And it's so funny because I recently asked her, like, who was your favorite husband? Mm-hmm. And I can't remember the man's name, but she described him. She said he was fly, he got money, all this stuff. And she said they shot him in his head and she was so mad. Oh. She said she honestly think she wouldn't have had all the rest of those husbands had she not lost her favorite husband.
Okay.
But she really had 7 husbands. Like you said, just a sense of being fly, being a hustler, and just being witty, being smart, just being her own boss in her own right. Yeah. Like, at a real young age, my grandma always talk about like how she went and bought like a Cadillac when all the niggas was buying Cadillacs. She went down and bought her own Cadillac. Like, so, Cadillacs is the shit back then. Yes. So she just like, anybody know my grandma. You from South Philly, you know my grandma. Like, she's literally like a legend. I couldn't even put it into words. Right. She's a great woman. She got a lot of shit with her. She is something else, but she's a great woman. She has a kind heart. And, I feel like I get so much gain from her. And, I'm so blessed and happy to have this relationship with her because we sit on the phone or I call her for advice like she one of my girlfriends. Grandma, this going on. Or I call her, be like, oh, guess what I just got? Or whatever. Like, she loved to hear a story. She loved a story. Like, and she's just like, that's my old lady.
Yeah.
And
that's my old lady. You sound like an old head.
That's my old lady. Like, that's really my old lady. Like, I call her like, old lady, what you doing? And I just like, I just admire the person that she is and like all that she's been through and just how strong of a woman she is. and just how bossed up she was, and she just never gave up.
Yeah.
And one more thing that's crazy to say, but my grandma has been arrested 73 times.
No, you fucking lying.
Swear to God, my grandma has been arrested 73 times.
Really?
Yes, because, okay, so being like a booster and stuff like that, back in those times, those crimes were so minimum. It didn't matter how much you stole. It still was a petty theft crime. So you can get locked up all of those times and nothing never kind of really happened. Versus now, if you get locked up, if it's over $1,000 something, it's a felony. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And then you doing time and everything.
Right, back then it just was literally a petty theft.
Yeah.
So my grandma has literally been arrested 73 freaking times. Like, she got her hustle on.
Wow.
And she always kept all her children fly. Like, my mom and her twin sister used to go to school with fur coats on, mink jackets. Like,
yeah, that's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
She always owned her own home.
Nice.
She just always did her own thing. And she stayed with a good man, but she always did her own thing. And, like, I loved and respected about her. So,
yeah, shout out
to the grandmoms.
Yeah, shout out. Let us know in the comments too, like, who inspired you guys as well. Like, you know, whether men too, like whether it's your father, or uncle, like a grandmother, a sister, or even a social media person, like, you know, a social media model. Like, let us know. That's crazy. I love that for our grandma. So how do you think women can support each other in this setting that we in now?
Not gatekeep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Share knowledge.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because everything does not have to be sold.
Yeah.
Everything you do not have to buy. Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just help a sister out.
Yeah.
Give her a little bit of knowledge. Like, you never know. One good conversation could take a person so far.
Yeah.
And guess what? It won't mess with what you got going on.
Exactly.
Just don't gatekeep.
Yeah. I feel like one of the things that women can do too is start posting each other more.
Absolutely.
Like, I'm not talking about posting each other. I'm talking about posting each other business. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't hurt a post.
It doesn't.
You know what I'm saying? If you see something, you see one of your friends, and you be like, damn, man, let me post her stuff. Like, you know, like it doesn't hurt.
It doesn't.
You know what I'm saying?
Just sharing.
Sharing information, sharing your platform with one another. So I definitely would say that.
I definitely would agree with that.
Yeah, definitely.
How do you support and uplift the women in your life?
Well, you know what type of person I am, child. Like, I'm always for, like, you should do this, you should do that. Like, I think you should really do this.
Business plan.
Yeah, right. Like, I'm that friend. So, like, even though I be doing a million things at a time, but just remind me, and I definitely would still write that business plan for you. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of good.
I mean a lot of, exactly. I mean a lot of good, but like, just basically just trying to help with anything I can help with. You know what I'm saying? And I won't drop no names, but there's a couple people that had boutiques, that started boutiques after me, and they have called me and like, Shar, where can I get the hangers? Where can I get the racks? Where can I get mannequins? Where can I get that? And I said, hey, Roxy Display over Jersey. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could get your hangers, you could get your racks, you could get your desk, you could get whatever you need, commercial things that you need for your business. You know what I'm saying?
Write that down, ladies. Any ladies just trying to start a boutique.
Roxy Display over Jersey. Like, you can get everything that you need. I ain't never, even with when I had the hair salon back in the day, people asking me, this, that, and I'm answering questions. Like, I never cared about any of those things because what's for me is always going to be for me.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
And that only keep your blessings rolling in.
Yeah, and that's why
when you look out for others, you just remain blessed.
Yeah, and that's why, I do well for myself.
Exactly, because long as you just share and you have a good heart and you just genuine about stuff, it always just 360 come right back around to you.
Yeah.
For me, how I feel like I uplift the women in my life, I feel like I always just try to be a good friend to people, genuine. I always give good advice, even if I don't take it myself. I will tell a person what they should do. I won't do it myself, but it was good.
And I mean well.
And I meant well. And I'm real big on posting people too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll always just randomly, if I see you post your business, I'll just repost it just because.
Yeah, just
or if
because,
I see you looking fly, I'll just repost it just because. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm real big on just uplifting other women, especially my girls. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
definitely.
And just wanting to see all the people around me win, and just always trying to be there for people, even when I have my own stuff going on. So I try
Yeah.
to be the type of friend, if you call me or you need me, I'm there if I can be. Like, I
Yeah.
always mean well.
Yeah, that's true. That's definitely true. I can honestly say that. So what do you guys think, ladies? Do you think well, not what do you think? Do y'all think that women should start posting each other more, posting each other businesses more, to spread, like, the love, like one hand wash another? Or do you think it's like, nah, let her figure it out herself?
Yeah, I feel like we should kind of start that as a challenge or
Yeah.
something, like just supporting other women, at least one post a day or something,
Yeah.
of another woman's business, brand, or
Yeah.
whatever. Just shout that person out.
Yeah.
I feel like that would be good for just the
You know
women
what?
community.
We should start that in March.
We
March
should.
1st. March 1st, we'll start that. We'll make a post and then start something like that, like one post a day. Anybody, just share their business.
Yeah, we definitely should.
Yeah,
I feel
that'd
like
be nice.
that would be a good one. Okay, so I have a good question. What advice would you give to your younger self?
Oh my God, that's a good one. My younger self. Slow down. I feel like I wanted it so bad that I was like rushing, trying to get ahead. Slow down. When you was in school the first time, you should have finished school. Just slow down and take your time. Just slow down. It's not a race. It's a marathon.
Absolutely.
Slow down. And as I got older, I have slowed down my life. My life was,
Fast,
fast, everything, this, that. I slowed down. I had to really slow the fuck down. So if I could give my younger self, I'll say around 25-ish. When I was around like 25-ish, slow the fuck down. So that's the advice I'll give my younger self. What about you?
It's funny because I actually answered this question when I did my my birthday thing. That was one of the questions. What advice would you give your younger self? And that was my exact answer.
Slow down.
To slow down and just pace yourself. Take your time. You know, like you said, it's not a race.
Yeah.
And life is going to be there.
Yeah.
Just, move with grace.
Yeah.
And another thing is, everything don't need a response.
No, I say that all the time.
Everything does not need a response. Like, you do not have to respond to anything that's sent to destroy your peace. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like as I'm getting older, I'm learning it. And some things I would say is, my mom was right. Like, about a lot of stuff.
About a lot of stuff, right?
Yeah, and it's like getting older, I understand. So listen a little bit. Take advice. Don't think you know it all. You know what I'm saying? Like, just learn some stuff. Just take your time and listen.
Just
because
listen.
Your younger self, you be thinking you got it all figured out. You know everything. Just listen and take your time.
My mom used to say a lot to me when I was younger, like, because I used to be like, I used to fight a lot. My mom used to say, like, it's okay. Like, you think that you have to, like, prove something to people. Like, you don't have to prove nothing to people. Like, she used to say that a lot to me. Like, I'm like, because I'm not no bitch. I'm not no pussy, And my mom, like, it's not about that.
Right.
You going to trick yourself out your spot.
Yes, don't trick yourself out
You know
your
what I'm saying? Like, you going to wind up being locked up for busting one of these girls in the head. And now what? They're letting you in
don't
jail.
Even be worth it.
Exactly.
And when you look back at all the points that you felt like you had to prove to the people that you had to prove those points to, no shade, but look at where those people are and look at where you are.
Yeah.
It's like, wait a minute.
Yeah, like, I really didn't have to.
No, you did. So
definitely that. So, ladies, just take your time, take some good advice. Even if you don't use it, just listen. And that's it for What's the Chat?